What a wonderful evening. Hello, everyone. I'm KP.
And I'm Kristen. Welcome to the Nightly from Hatch, a slumber party for pop culture lovers.
Hi, Kristen.
Hey, KP. How are you?
Good. I mean, it has been pop culture central lately, I feel like. I guess that's always the case. But we've got awards, we've got reality shows ending, beginning, we've got narrative shows beginning, we've got movies.
And so many of them. It's like I have them queued up one after another because I'm like, gotta watch The Pit, gotta watch Love is Blind, gotta watch Traitors, gotta watch, I mean, just one after another, shrinking the new season of that. Everything is just like so enticing. It's like, oh, how do I choose every night what to watch? It's been so nice.
I know. And I've got some rewatching always. It's always good to have something you're rewatching going on. So I got that.
Agreed. But tonight we are just excited to talk about something that I don't know if we'd call this old or new at this point. Bridgerton has now been around for many years.
I know. Well, I'm excited to talk to you about Bridgerton today. We're doing a little nightgeisting because you are a big fan of the show.
I am.
I have seen 2.5-ish seasons.
Oh, okay. So that's a lot.
Oh, good. Okay. I just haven't seen, I'm not an every app type.
That's okay. That's okay. You don't have to be caught up on everything, I don't think. But 2.5, that's the majority.
Yeah, I think I saw all of season 2, Kate and Anthony's.
Did you see season 1 with Daphne and Regency?
I did. I saw season 1, and then I think I saw most of Penelope and Colin.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I'm not in on this latest one, though, so I really need to hear what I'm missing. Give me all of the kind of rundown. Give me all the questions. What are we thinking about this season?
Okay, so full disclosure, listeners, I am a little bit of a Bridgerton nut. I did go to the Bridgerton ball dressed in full costume.
Oh my God, I have to see pics. It looks so fun there.
I'll have to share some with you. Yeah, had the gloves, me and the footman, fanning myself, the whole thing. Did the whole thing. So
yeah,
I might be a little bit gushing with some of the stuff, but I will not give spoilers because I know that some people are only part way through watching and I don't want to ruin.
Oh, okay. We're going to do a spoiler free.
I don't want to give away endings because, some storylines maybe not to spoil, but some storylines might not end in love happily ever after. Some of them may end that way. And so, yeah, I don't want to ruin it.
And now, can I ask, are we going to get a season 5 or is this the last season of Bridgerton?
I think there has to be more seasons because we are pretty much following all of the Bridgerton family children and their courtships and marriages. And there are 8 kids, I think, altogether. They're all in alphabetical order. Anthony, Benedict, Colin, Daphne, Eloise, Francesca, I think Gregory, and Hyacinth. I think those are the names of the kids.
Hyacinth, of course. Okay, yep.
And so I think they could easily keep going and going and going. And then they could have side characters if they want to. Because there was a side season just called Queen Charlotte. What we have in our current season is very much a Cinderella story. Benedict Bridgerton, who is the spare, he's not the heir, he's the spare to the Bridgerton line of nobility. Yep. Benedict's been a playboy. He's been enjoying being a spare. He sleeps with older women, with younger men, with everybody in between. He does thruples.
And he's a writer, artist? What is he?
He is an artist, but kind of like a rich boy version of an artist, where it's like, I sketch in my notebooks. He's not like showing in galleries or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay, copy.
He's just having a grand old time, sleeping around. And everybody on the show, they don't use the word slut with him. They're just like, he's a rake, He enjoys being a rake. He likes drinking and sleeping around. And I say hats off to you, Benedict.
Yes.
But that also makes this season interesting in my mind because how do you get a rake to fall in love? And how it happens this season is he's introduced to a Cinderella type of character who isn't doting, who isn't excited to be married into this family. She is a housemaid who's an illegitimate daughter. Her mother was also a housemaid, and her father was of nobility. But because she was illegitimate,
sure.
She's been treated this whole time like she's trash, and she's not invited to the balls and so on.
Now, was this being teased in season 3? I felt like I remember Benedict being with someone, but was he with an older woman? What was going on with that?
That was just his prime sleeping around time. He was just getting around and having fun.
Okay. That was just an older woman that was around.
Yep. And I liked her, by the way. She had sass.
Yes. I thought it was a nice little matchup to teach him some, I don't know, humility or something.
Yes, I agree with you. But this season, there is a Cinderella story with a character named Sophie Beck. And Sophie is somebody who isn't doting. She doesn't treat him like, oh, you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. You must marry me, Benedict. Oh, what would I do if you would ask me to dance? Because she knows that he's never even going to look at her because she's a maid.
Sure.
She's not bowing down to him. She's not treating him like he's anything special. She corrects him when he is out of line, especially when he's out of line in how he talks about women. And he's just like, whoa, this woman's blowing my mind.
Right.
She is smart and she's pretty and she's obviously attracted to me, but also she does not put up with crap.
Right. Which is good for him because he has a lot of crap to put up with.
Yeah, he has a lot of crap to put up with. And so that's really what's at the heart of this season is Benedict falling in love with this woman who is not of his station. And can this love ever work out? Because the whole point of the show is like, let's watch the upper crust fall in love and watch the petty dramas play out at the balls and in the Queen's court and so on. This is not a show that's like an upstairs, downstairs romance show.
Because we haven't really, all the rest of these matchups have been nobility, or at least upper class. So this is our first, we're on season 4, and this is our first like mixing of the upper class and the lower.
Yes. And up until now, we even barely see the downstairs people. We barely see them. It's almost all like the upstairs people going to the balls or getting beautiful clothes or tiaras put in their hair or sitting for tea with other beautiful people in well-furnished rooms. And we don't very often see the servants. So it is fun that we also get more of a peek into servant life this season too.
Now, what do you think of the chemistry between these two? I think casting has always done quite well with building some beautiful chemistry between our two leads. Kate and Anthony really sticks out to me as they did their big one on that.
Oh, well, so Kate and Anthony, I actually disagree with you, KP, because Kate and Anthony, that season of Bridgerton, they were supposed to be a love-hate relationship.
Right.
But I felt like there was too much hate and not enough love. I'm like, I don't believe for a second that Kate likes Anthony at all.
Interesting. Maybe it's because I think they're both just so attractive and good at acting. Good that I love both of them.
They're gorgeous. Yes. They're both beautiful, especially Kate. She's stunningly gorgeous. Of course. And I also loved her in Sex Education. I don't know if you've ever seen that show.
Yeah. I haven't seen, but I know she's lovely in it. Okay, maybe I did. I don't know that I was always chemistryed out on Penelope and Colin personally. So maybe I just have a different view of chemistry sometimes because I know there's mixed reviews.
I know what you're saying about Penelope and Colin, though, because I felt like the whole time I'm like, Penelope, you're too good for this guy.
I know, she's so cool. Maybe that is it. I'm just like, she is the coolest person on and off the screen to me.
It's like, she's smart. She's a great writer. She has a fantastic personality.
Totally.
She has layers. And Colin's just like this dumb rich kid. He's so dumb.
I found him perhaps a little flat at first, but I do think their love was a grower for me.
Yes.
But okay, what are you thinking of the chemistry between Benedict and Sophie?
Okay, so I do like the chemistry between the two of them. I like the chemistry better than I did between Kate and Anthony.
Okay.
But I gotta say some other characters this season where there's supposed to be chemistry, I don't see it at all. So another character in the Bridgerton family who is in a relationship is Francesca Bridgerton.
Right.
She's one of the sisters in the Bridgerton family. And she's married to this guy who is so dull. And it's pointed out on the show that one of the subplots of the season is that they have terrible sex.
Awesome.
and Francesca is like, I don't even know what good sex is. Only she doesn't say it in those words. She's like, I would like to reach the pinnacle, which I have heard of. I've heard people speak of this thing called a pinnacle. What is the pinnacle? God. How do I get there? And she and her husband, I'm just like, oh, you two.
He's dull.
They're so dull. They barely talk. I just find them to be super boring. And I think the show spends way too much time on these two personally.
Are they going to be our focus next season, perhaps? We don't know.
I think we're going to learn more about Francesca's future next season.
Okay.
But I don't want to spoil what happens between her and her husband. But I will just say, to me, I was never cheering for them. They were so boring.
Okay, great. This is good. I mean, it seems like we're really, every sibling has their own sort of wild dynamic going on, which I do love, which is like we're hitting highs, lows, hates, loves.
Yes. And this season also, Mother Bridgerton, aka Violet Bridgerton, she has a romance this season too.
Oh my goodness. She's lovely.
Yeah, and I love seeing a woman over 50 getting hers.
Absolutely.
Love watching her get into that negligee and sit there and wait for her man, and he comes in and he's ready. Yeah. So have some fun, Violet.
That's
you don't have to just be a mom. You can also be a woman.
Because did her husband die in one of these seasons? Yes.
Yes, he did. And so she's been a widow this whole time, and now she is moving forward in life.
Okay. I like this.
And I'm all for it because love shouldn't just be about the Bridgerton kids.
Yeah.
Adults should be able to have love too, right?
I am a real sucker in general for a Cinderella concept. I mean, I do just like marrying for love instead of because we're forced to in the nobility vibes. I'm rewatching Game of Thrones now, and Robb Stark when he marries the nurse, even though he's not supposed to. I like that. I go, it's not like she's lower class, but it is it's a real shakeup because he married for love. He was betrothed to another. Didn't work out great for him, I'll say. I will say this isn't the shining example, but and I don't feel bad for spoilers. It's been a decade. I'm sorry to everyone listening. You'll be all right.
Listeners, it's been out for a while.
I'm so sorry.
Many years.
You're going to be okay.
Yeah, but agreed with you. The Cinderella story, it's great, this idea that people can marry for love and not just because this is a beneficial pairing for our nations or our property holdings or whatever the case might be.
Because was that kind of what was up with our season 1, right? It was like they were paired together, or what was like that was just love? Or...
It was a suitable match, but also it turned into love.
Of course. That one was like, this is what you're supposed to do, and lucky that it worked out well.
Exactly.
And it's kind of same with Kate and Anthony?
Kind of. Yeah, it's kind of a repeat plot on the show.
Yeah, but they were different vibes because they really didn't like each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, have you read these books? Do you kind of know where things are headed-ish?
So I've deliberately not read the books.
Nice. Yes, I like that.
Yeah, I was introduced to the show before the books, and people are like, are you going to read the books? And I'm like, well, now I'm so invested in the shows, I kind of feel like if I read the books, it'll spoil things for me.
Yes. I felt this with... I'm sorry, I'm Game of Thrones head these days. I'm just rewatching, so it's top of mind. But I felt this with Game of Thrones is I let each season finish before reading the corresponding season of the book, just so I could okay. And it's easier to picture things too. I think I did that with some other books too, where I'm like, oh, okay, now that I have an actor in mind, this will be a breeze where I can just picture it all.
Yeah, and it frequently makes me enjoy both the TV show and the book more when I do it in that order. Whereas when it's the other way around, I frequently find myself nitpicking because I was like, that's not what was in the book, I
think fans do this quite often when it's a beloved book, especially an old one.
Yeah.
Wuthering Heights. I think people get really quite particular.
People have strong feelings about that one.
Right, of course. And I think so many of the feelings... Well, I don't know. I haven't read the book. I shouldn't say anything, but you know me, I can't keep my mouth shut. I think so many of the feelings are very valid, of course, but I think the longer a book's been out and the more fans of a book you have, they are going to be quite particular about how things play out.
Yes.
The one exception that I kind of have seen, and maybe it's because there's 100 books and they're so long, is I do think people with Dune have been pretty whatever you can make happen is great.
Just make something happen.
Just please, I don't know. Just
something other than just describing sand.
It's
please.
So difficult as a book, and it goes in a lot of crazy places. So just get something on the screen, Dennis. And he did, and I like it.
I feel the same way about really bad books that get turned into movies.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever suffered through The Devil Wears Prada, the book. No. It's a terrible book. It's just absolutely awful. It a 6-year-old could write a better book than this book. But the movie is so delicious, and I'm really excited for the sequel, too.
Lovely. I've been kind of hearing that the Heated Rivalry books are just okay, but the show was quite good. So everyone that's read the Heated Rivalry books are it's a romance book. It was fine. But the show, if you got the right juice as a director and all that, it can turn a medium book good.
Yeah, I loved Heated Rivalry, the TV show. I devoured it all in 2 sittings.
It's really lovely. I mean, I love when a show that, I don't know, there's certain shows where I'm like, I don't know that they expected it to be as huge hit-wise as it was. I think Jury Duty on Freevee, I don't know that everyone thought it was going to be such a huge sensation. heated rivalry. It's not like there was like billboards of it coming out before it did, but I think, I really like a show that even The Pit, I didn't know that it was going to go so viral. So I like when a show that maybe wasn't supposed to be the A-list really turns to a A-list.
I love that too. It's like a Cinderella story.
Right back into the beautiful Benedict and Sophie.
I just love an underdog. People who aren't getting their flowers. I'm into it. I really love it. And so
it's very fun.
I love that about all the shows we just talked about. And I love that about Bridgerton.
Well, and speaking of Bridgerton, how has the fashion been? Because I know that's kind of the top thing that everybody loves about Bridgerton. I mean, as opposed to the story is also awesome. But I'm like, how is the fashion this season? Are you loving?
Oh, the queen, better than ever. So over the top. Like the finale of season 4, she's literally wearing a dress that's like an oil painting.
So cool.
And her hair, I don't know if you remember past seasons,
yes.
The queen's hairs had like swans swimming in circles.
Bird cages and things. Yes, totally.
And like different pieces that move. And so she has a lot of fantastic like heart-shaped wigs and different shaped wigs that look like delicious confections.
Very
it's just
fun.
Over the top and so fun and silly. And I'm like, why not go over the top? This whole show is a fantasy.
Totally.
None of this is supposed to be realistic. It's supposed to be fun.
I love how it's entered sort of just regular fashion too. I mean, I do that fashion rental service and they have a whole section that's like Regency era inspired. And so I got myself a little striped like petticoat-ish thing where it's like got little garters on it. I mean, who knows? It seemed cotton and like wearable with a t-shirt to have a fun little mix of fancy and not fancy.
I need to see you in this. Can you please take a picture so I can see you in this?
I also got bloomers, so it's going to be a real interesting month for me, Regency-wise.
Oh, that is adorable. Oh, I just love that.
I like the bloomers look. The bloomers look is cute, and it's warming up around here, so I might as well get a little lace bloomer.
Yeah.
But I like that it's entered, fashion culture so much. I did just also see a video of this woman being like, okay, I know everybody's looking for Bridgerton like secondhand things to shop thrifting, and she gave the search terms that you should be looking for, which is like 1970s baby doll nightgowns, because Regency kind of had a revival in the 70s too, and they were doing sort of medieval and Regency inspired princess stuff, and so a lot of the nightgowns are these beautiful pastel. They look just like they could be in Bridgerton, and so that's fun.
Okay. I need to go and search for those. And yes, they will be made out of something flammable because it's the 70s.
Absolutely. Although I don't know that our current clothes are much better, but
no, that is such a great pro tip.
That's what she was saying. She was like, yeah, little house robes and all that are going to be what we need.
Yeah. And now I'm getting flashbacks to the Stepford Wives. And I'm like, that's right. That's what the Stepford Wives wore. Were all outfits like that, essentially.
Yes.
Right?
And the pastels and the like empire cuts, all that stuff was very hip, and like you would just be lounging around in these beautiful house dresses, and that was just kind of like the lounging see-through cute robes and all that. So
yeah,
that works.
Oftentimes smoking a cigarette with little kitten heels on, right?
The good old days.
In your flammable night dress.
Yeah, I don't stand by that.
No.
Don't quote me on that one. I wasn't there. But that was the pro tip. I mean, I love how it's entered the fashion, and I think it's brought in some really cool just colors and shapes that were not really a thing before the Bridgerton resurgence these days. I like it.
Yeah. And a bit of whimsy, a willingness to go over the top and just have fun with things. Why not?
When you went to the ball, what did you do?
Okay, so I was originally going to wear my wedding dress, which is a 1960s blue empire waist column dress, very Jackie O from the 1960s.
Oh my gosh. That is so cool.
And it's blue with gold threads throughout. And I was originally going to wear that, but the strap broke. And I was like, I can't repair this wedding dress before this ball.
Yeah.
So instead, I just wore one of my sequin floor-length gowns with opera gloves and one of my tiaras. Yes, I have several tiaras.
One of those old classic sequins gowns and gloves and tiaras we had lying around.
Yes, and with a fan. And then one of my friends who I went with, she wore her wedding dress, which was a pink dress covered in lace, which also had an empire waist. And so we wore kind of modern spins on Bridgerton Empire waist dresses and with our gloves and so on. And we had a really great time. It was so fun.
That sounds really, really fun. And they crown like a belle of the ball or something, a diamond?
They do. Neither of us were the diamond, but the diamond who was crowned was very beautiful. I was like, okay, she deserves this. She deserves it.
Okay, Kristen, we're not doing spoilers, but can you give me a general emotional spoiler? How are you feeling? How did we end up in your mind? Did we land the plane where we should have?
All right. So I'm very satisfied. And one of the reasons I'm satisfied is because not everybody this season got a happy ending. And I think that makes it so much more intriguing for me. And it makes me want to keep watching because I feel like prior seasons kind of wrapped things up in a bow and everything kind of seemed tidy.
Yes.
And now things are not tidy. There are some messes. And I want to see where those messes go.
That's great. I mean, you need a little conflict like that to get people excited even for the next season. You want to be a little frustrated.
Yes.
That's healthy. That's very healthy.
Yes. Just like some of the characters are in bed, just a little frustrated and ready for more. Yeah.
All right. I got to check back in.
Yes.
But not tonight, because tonight I am simply too tired. I have gotten so sleepy with all this talk of fashion and balls and crowns and Cinderella stories that I'm going to be like Sleeping Beauty and turn in.
I'm going to get into my 1970s pastel nightgown right now.
Yes.
And get into bed. But KP, this was so fun. Have a good night.
You too. Good night.